ตีแหลกที่นี่ซองกระดาษขี้วัวสัก3 กระสอบ Okay, welcome everyone. This is I'm Jeff, and this place is what we call Fair Earth Farm. And Fair Earth stands for fair meaning justice, and earth meaning ecology. It's two things that we care very much about.
We're trying different innovations in rice farming that we've learned from various places and people. And one of the interesting approaches is called the System of Rice Intensification, or SRI. And the motto of SRI is growing more with less.
ปีที่แล้วก่อนที่เราจะปลูกข้าวชาวบ้านเขาจะปลูกกันเป็นมัดเยอะๆเลยแต่ของเราเนี่ยจะปลูกต้นเดียวชาวบ้านหัวเราะเลยเพราะว่าเราเนี่ยคงจะบ้าเขาปลูกต้นข้าวต้นเดียวเขาไม่เคยเห็นตอนหลังมาเขามาเห็นของเรามาโอ้ผลผลิตของเราดีเขาจะเริ่มสนใจของเราแล้ว
The idea is that that's what you plant in the ground 40 centimeters apart, not that, but just that.
We have this community agriculture project that the U.S. State Department is helping us to support. So we have some environmentalists visiting from Kachin State in Burma, as well as some northern Thai farmers in the neighborhood in Don Tan village, and various friends from around Chiang Mai that are interested in organic farming and the environment.
Flower or some root can eat.
One flower we can have, but 2 flowers.
No, this one we can eat.
We can
not
eat.
the flower. This one. Yam. Sweet potato.
But eat the leaf.
No.
Does anyone know this stuff?
This is really important to the overall system of rice. It's actually a kind of aquatic fern. It's in the fern family, and the thing that's really special about this is that it's able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere. Yes, it's a nitrogen fixer. So you know this grows really well through here, fixes a lot of nitrogen, and then it dies, goes back into the soil, and it's a free source of nitrogen for your rice. Yeah.
Most of the things we're trying to do we've learned from innovative farmers in Chiang Mai province, and one of them is a guy named Lung At, and he does a thing that he calls the duck tractor. And the duck tractor is basically raising your ducks in the flooded rice paddy for a couple months before you plan to grow rice, and the ducks do the job of the tractor. We don't know if this is really going to work for us, but it works for Lung At, and we're going to give it a try this year. And if it does work, we're going to save a lot of money on our tractor and petrol bill.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
3, half an arm out, 3, 1 arm out, 3 or 4, take a step. One of the important things is to try and use materials which are cheap and locally available. Now, when you say locally available, you can't get any more locally available than here. So when we look down here, we see the canals here are full of water hyacinth, and the water hyacinth are very good to use for mulch. You can use any sort of organic material at all for your mulch. And cardboard is another good thing to use. And what happens with the newspaper and the cardboard is that they will cover the ground and they will stop anything from growing up from the ground up. Before we put anything on there, we'll start with a little bit of manure. underneath the cardboard there will be nice and moist, and it'll be perfect conditions for the roots of plants that are growing, perfect conditions for fungus and microorganisms, but very, very difficult conditions for a germinating seed or a piece of grass which is underneath there trying to grow up through. Now the water hyacinth, as it turns out, makes very good mulch because all these fine roots break down very well, break down very quickly. The fine roots are also covered with snails and little aquatic organisms. So these snails and aquatic organisms, when they break down, they've got lots of nitrogen and nutrients in them for the plants as well. It's good to put a little bit of manure in with this too. The manure will help it break down more quickly. Throw the straw on top, not too thick, you don't need a lot, just enough to cover it. I'll just make a hole there in the cardboard. So we fill that up like that. Okay? So we'll just put them in like that.
ถ้าจะใหญ่ปลูกน่าจะปลูกเป็นช่วงเย็นแต่พอเราแบบ That's not good. This stuff grows so fast we have to get rid of it. So because what we want
Cá được thấy đấy. Lấy lại có. Cái này lấy lại có con gì à?